OpenAI's encryption for ChatGPT's temporary chats. What do you do when an AI denies your insurance claim? You get an AI to appeal it. YouTube's AI plays psychic, guessing your age to keep kids safe. Grabbing docs from your old job can have huge consequences, and QR code scams are becoming an epidemic, and the FBI says everyone is at risk. Welcome to #Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. ChatGPT, it's becoming a confidant for medical, legal, and even emotional conversations. And now OpenAI is considering encryption to keep those chats more private. Here's how it works. Sam Altman says that OpenAI is very serious about rolling out encryption, starting with temporary chats, the kind that don't go into your history or train the model and vanish after about 30 days. Why does this matter? Because so many users, especially young people, are unloading deeply personal stuff. According to Altman, people pour their heart out about their most sensitive medical issues, prompting an urgent rethink around privacy. But full encryption won't be straightforward. With chatbots, the provider typically sits at the endpoint, meaning they technically still have access. So true end-to-end encryption, like you get with Signal, is tricky. So Altman and team are also advocating for what some are calling AI privilege, the idea that talking to an AI should come with the same legal privacy as talking to a doctor or lawyer. As more of us lean on AI for life's most private moments, this could mark the start of transforming how we treat digital confidences, and maybe push lawmakers to give AI the trust it increasingly might need. What do you do when an AI denies your insurance claim? You get an AI to appeal it. Insurance companies are leaning heavily on AI to process claims, to speed up the approval, and very often the denial process. And the result? 1 in 5 in-network claims are denied. That's about 19%. And for out-of-network, it's even higher, up to 37%. On average, insurers deny about 20% of claims. What's worse, fewer than 1% of those denied claims are ever appealed. And yet appeals succeed about 44% of the time. Enter Counterforce Health, the AI-powered challenger. It was founded in early 2025 by Neil Shah and co-founders, driven by Shah's own experience battling denials during his wife's cancer treatment. This Durham, North Carolina startup is literally using AI to turn the tables. Here's how it works. A patient or clinic uploads a denial letter, policy, and medical records. Counterforce's AI parses policy rules, billing codes, medical literature, and legal precedents to craft a highly personalized, evidence-based appeal letter, rapidly and accessibly. And the results? Reports show the platform is reversing claims with an estimated 70% success rate, well above industry averages. And it's already being deployed in rural North Carolina through mobile outreach efforts, giving underserved patients a real chance. Neil Shah puts it bluntly, AI is a new technology, and the health insurance companies a few years ago weaponized the technology against patients and families. There's not even a human glancing at the thing. It's just a straight-up AI denying coverage. It's a new development and a sort of AI arms race. And I wonder if the money saved on denying claims is lost with the expense of having to go through all those appeals. The fight over online age checks has hit a boiling point. No one disputes the need to protect kids, but the methods used are sparking outrage. A number of sites demanding ID or credit card details have already been hacked, spilling sensitive personal data onto the internet. And critics say many of these platforms simply do not have the technical skills to keep that information safe. So YouTube thinks it has an answer. Skip the ID upload and let AI guess your age. The system is rolling out in the U.S., analyzing signals like your search history, viewing habits, even the age of your Google account. If the AI decides you're under 18, YouTube flips a switch, personalized ads disappear, content filters kick in, screen time nudges appear, and certain features get locked. It's almost a twist on the old carnival psychic routine, except now it's running at an internet scale. YouTube argues that this is safer than the honor system of self-reported birthdays and less risky than demanding official documents. And regulators in Europe, Australia, and parts of the US are pushing platforms to show they're doing something. It is doing something. But critics say it's still surveillance by another name. Privacy advocates warn that the AI model requires extensive data collection, and YouTube hasn't been clear about how accurate it is or how long the data is stored. Users have flooded forums and petitions with complaints, calling it overreach and questioning what happens when the AI gets it wrong. If you're mistakenly flagged as a minor, the way to prove your adulthood is by sending in even more personal information, like a government ID, a credit card, or a selfie. And for many, that feels like trading one privacy risk for another. I have to say this is one reason why I've been an advocate of digital ID. A digital ID would just merely prove that you were over 18 without exchanging more data. But second place is a high-tech version of carnival psychics. You don't tell them your age, they guess and pin you in. It might protect kids, but if sites can't even keep the data they already demand secure, aren't we just swapping one danger for another? A lot of people have done it. Left a previous job, taken a couple of files with them. It might seem harmless, but it's still theft. And companies are now fighting back with some real consequences. Consider the story of a former Intel engineer who tried to make that move. Varun Gupta spent nearly a decade as a product marketing engineer at Intel. When he left in early 2020 for a senior role at Microsoft, he didn't just walk away with his expertise. He also walked away with thousands of confidential Intel files, including presentations detailing pricing strategies for key clients. These reportedly played a role in helping Microsoft during processor negotiations with Intel. When the case came to court, prosecutors pushed for prison time, arguing the theft was deliberate and repeated. But Judge Amy Baggio opted for a different path, 2 years of probation and a fine of about $34,500, roughly the cost of prison time avoided. She also cited the irreversible damage to Gupta's career and reputation as part of the judgment. And it turns out Gupta has left the tech world entirely and relocated to France, training in vineyard management, planning a completely new chapter in his career journey. Now, this isn't just about one person's lapse in judgment. It's a warning shot. When or if you take sensitive documents, it's not just a gray area. It's potentially a crime, with penalties that can follow you far beyond your job and maybe even into your next career. QR codes have gone from a convenience to a crisis. What started as a quick way to pay for parking, check a menu, or find a website has now become the backbone of an epidemic of cyber attacks, and the FBI says we all need to pay attention. Here's how one of the scams works. Criminals are mailing out unsolicited packages with QR codes inside. You scan one, and instead of a friendly discount or delivery confirmation, you're sent straight to a phishing site that can harvest your credit card, banking, or crypto credentials, or push malware to your phone. The FBI has warned that this scam is spreading quickly across the U.S. and could be at your doorstep next. What makes this effective isn't curiosity. It's trust. We've gotten used to pulling out our phones and scanning codes without thinking twice because they become so tightly woven into daily life. That ease and convenience is exactly what criminals are exploiting. And the scale is staggering. Security researchers say that more than 26 million people have already been hit by so-called quishing attacks, and QR codes now account for more than a quarter of all malicious links circulating online. And this isn't just a corporate security problem. Whether you're in a corporate office or at a home office or on the couch, if you scan the wrong code, the damage can be severe. So some guidelines that we should be not only adopting, but talking about with our friends and colleagues, particularly people who are less sophisticated about technology. And the rules are, always preview the link before opening it. Most phones will actually show the URL if you press and hold the code. Never scan codes from unexpected packages or random flyers, period. If you do scan one, don't enter any details and monitor your accounts immediately. QR codes were meant to simplify our lives, but now they're being turned against us. Treat everyone like a potentially suspicious link, because convenience could cost you far more than the seconds you saved. And that's our show. Hey, if you like what we're doing, please share the show with others. Give us a like or comment on your favorite podcast app or site. We are found everywhere, Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and more. And we are, praise the gods of technology, back on Alexa speakers and Google smart speakers now. We'd love to hear from you. You can reach me at technewsday.ca or .com. Just go to the Contact Us page. And while you're there, if you'd like to support what we're doing, please go to the Donate tab and consider contributing even just the cost of a cup of coffee a month to support the show. And if you're watching this on YouTube, just leave a comment under the video. But your contributions would be gratefully accepted as well. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a terrific Tuesday.